Oh, hello there. This is Louis, aka Louis the French Minette, and you're watching Schmoedown Night in Canada. Alright, on today's episode, I got my man Dave. How are you today?
Lou, I feel like it's been so long since you and I have been on a show together. I'm so happy to be here.
Wait, I said Dave, but who are you?
Lou, this is why I can only do shows with Soda, which I thought you might be based on the jersey.
Nah, it's, I appear like this on cam and then reveal my face and les tromperies. Nah, but okay, so this is gonna be a pretty fast one, man. I'll just reset that. A pretty fast one, to be honest, because yes, it was a good match. TKO, we're talking obviously with Galagos versus Adam Collins. TKO, no spoiler if you haven't seen a match and you're watching this, what you doing?
That's the opposite of no spoilers.
Oh, you know what I mean. Okay, edit this out. I'm tired, people.
It's staying in.
Damn it. So yeah, Adam Collins showed up, man. A bit stoic. No personality, no character for now, else than a bit of the corruption bravado. I'm happy to be here, blah, blah, blah. We know he's a fan leaguer. I've seen it a couple of times. He was okay when I seen him. He never really stood out, so that's why I was surprised he did that good and actually try to find a way to get in the fantasy leagues, and everyone's taking him. So except for me, I took him by accident, I think, in one of the leagues, but he really impressed me. Galagos, where did he get him? Did Kaiser get that guy?
Well, he came recommended by someone else, and I think honestly, he didn't, for a rookie debut. This is actually very similar to other debuts we've seen in the year. I think back to Jader the Hurricane Paramo, and Andres played very similar to him. 6 points in the first round. I think he just got unfortunate here by being the test guinea pig, if you will, for the Inner Geekdom slice, because those were real Inner Geekdom questions. Those weren't fake Inner Geekdom questions. Yeah.
It's not like who played Superman in Superman the movie. It's what I don't know. On what planet did the Luke Skywalker's boot fell out of? It's like impossible questions. I was trying to go deep. My mind's too tired.
You couldn't even name a question.
Shut up. All right. But yeah, set aside my bad examples. These were very deep questions, but at the same time, yes, it was as a test. But if it says Inner Geekdom, you got to be sure that you don't just skim over a bit of the Inner Geekdom. You got to be you have to be in the Inner Geekdom League. So a chance would be able to take this category. People who do 3 leagues will be able. If you haven't done that league, why would you take a chance? And Kaiser, if not mistaken, tried to pull him out of it, and he still did it.
Yeah, I think Kaiser did. He was kind of saying, I know you like these movies, but are you sure? It's very similar to how we saw him managing Smets actually in the championship match. But I think that this was a result of the DCEU category in the corruption match earlier this year, where we look at questions from that, and it was like, who directed Batman v Superman? Who did this? And they were all very surface level. I think the thought process was, well, this is the regular league. These are going to be easy Inner Geekdom questions, like name the 3rd movie in the Harry Potter franchise. But these were, I think, in an attempt to stifle those 3 league players from just taking it every time. They were real Inner Geekdom questions. Some of those were some real head scratchers. But I think other than the Inner Geekdom slice here, Adam Collins, an impressive debut. Perfect in the first round, gives up a steal in the second, but doesn't even have to answer a question in the 3rd round. This guy is going to go far.
Far, I don't know. He was impressive, but once he might get like again, I don't remember by heart like what side of bracket, what potential matches.
Oh,
but let's say, yeah, go ahead.
He's playing either Roca or Merle next.
Okay, wait, this is, and then you gotta you like this is a test. If he's able to beat them, let's say it's Roca. Well, Roca, you kind of getting in trouble. Like this is 2 losses in a row here. Given Ethan Irwin, your nemesis, this is, but yes, you heard me correctly. Nemesis. But that being said, if you now lose to a rookie, hey, come on, man. But I still believe in you, Outlaw. I'm just saying, you lose Adam Collins, but Adam Collins has a challenge, right? He's not going from rookie, another rookie player, to someone who's untested, to someone who came from the IG league to the singles league. No, this is, here you go, Rocco Murrow. Good luck, kid. And as much as I love corruption, and we're going to talk soon about corruption, that's for sure, I don't think he's that good, or Shannon is that good of a manager to really take a rookie and give him all they got. It's something in me just, I don't know. I'm not feeling for him to go that far.
See, I think this would be a good point to transition into talking about corruption as a whole, where I actually think Shannon is in the perfect position to manage an Adam Collins or a Marissa Marquis, who we're going to see a little bit, I think later this week, actually, because her other 2 players in the singles tournament are Chance and Mike. And I think those guys can, for the most part, Mike's been doing this for 4 seasons. This is Chance's 3rd. For the most part,
already,
they can. They're going to take care of their training for themselves, and for the most part, they can manage themselves. So Shannon can really dig down and focus on the Adam Collinses and the Marissa Marquis of the world and give them all the support they need. Now, it's a really tough road going up against Roca or Merle next, but there could be something in it. I think he showed real proficiency in movie release dates, only missing 1 question, even though he used multiple choice. That is a category a lot of people struggle with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about the factions. Like I said, segue into it. As I said off camera, I'm going to say it now. The dungeon sadly has become the crypt, and Kaiser is a crypt keeper. I love the guy. My heart is sinking. You can see that the beginning of the season Kaiser and the Kaiser now is not the same. There's something almost like you feel like if he could, he would just like smash things in the background, right? I don't know what's going on. He did the money ball like Marco Arloff said, and it's not working in his favor. And it's starting to show the way he like interacts with his players personally, and you can feel him dropping every time he loses.
Yeah, I think it's tough because I think in a non-COVID season, his strategy would have been a lot more effective because Smets gets a lot more potential to play. Parker probably gets a few more games before the tournament. Tournament probably still goes the exact same way it did, but then he probably gets a couple more teams matches, and I think the Moneyball strategy could have worked, but it's falling apart now.
The what ifs and buts, right? Like the greats roll with the situations you get, right? If you get a season of 40 matches instead of 82, and you still have to go playoffs and you haven't had full time to, or like even in the NHL right now, we got the tournaments. By the way, Columbus versus Tampa Bay, 5th overtime, 87 shots, a record. Yeah. So you even push back to Boston in the match. So just saying, like, there's special circumstances in any sport, right? And there's no excuse of, oh, if we would have had a regular season, we would have won the cup. Like you didn't, and you had to work with what you had. And sucks for Kaiser, but it's all falling apart. Now, corruption. I swallow. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm looking straight in the camera for you, Dan. I'm sorry to doubt your love and corruption. I still don't love them. I really don't. But I respect them now. All right. Message done to you, Dan. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, this TKO puts them into second place overall. If not for the win with the if Final Exam doesn't get a TKO in the last throwdown, they are tied for the lead right now. So it's just, and they got a title match coming up in 2 weeks for Corruption. Corruption is looking hot right now. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a case now to make. I never thought I would say this. Shannon, Manager of the Year, if this continues. As much as this gonna be a toss up between three of them. Then right now, Mr. Swag Drip himself and Shannon. I still think it's gonna be Mr. Swag himself, but if there's a case to make, if she actually moves on more and more and gets another championship, or has another player going in the finals, or just winning the whole thing. This is Year of the Corruption.
I really think that it's going to come down to this singles tournament. If Winston can get, say, Paul Yama or Lon Harris a deep run, I think he's locked it up. But if Shannon can get like Chance or Mike or Adam Collins, who knows, all the way through, I think it's really between the two of them. And it's going to come down to, I would not be surprised if the winner of Chance versus Chandru at Spectacular, that manager wins Manager of the Year. Yeah,
no, it's true that there's a potential. And I was also thinking, when you're talking about that, you're like naming off, right, what Winston has. And is it me, or he's a bit weak singles wise? Because, like, look, yes, Oyama has had his run and everything, but he seems to fit teams now, right? With Lon Harris, he seems to really do good with an interaction. And Lon Harris never had the best singles career, right? So, but they're made to be with each other. And you put them in singles, I don't think Winston's going to get his points from singles. I really think he's going to get it in team tournaments. What do you say?
I say the opposite, not only because I have Paul Oyama winning the entire singles tournament, but Oyama, Lou, I love that you're this guy on our show, but look at yourself. Every time someone loses, you say they're done. And Oyama is hungry.
I didn't say they're done. I'm just saying I think he's transforming into a teams player and finding a specialty in teams and getting the support and teams more than singles right now. Why does everyone think I think that everyone's done? Some people, yeah, but not everyone.
Lou, this is gonna be a challenge to you, the audience, and to Lou. Go back and watch all our old episodes, like I did. Lou says they're done like 17 times. Anyway,
who's done? I'm done.
Oh, but I really think I could not disagree. I think Lon is better than he ever has been. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to have a strong run in his quadrant. And Oyama has never got to be in a tournament before, and he has a very dangerous quadrant with people like Snyder and Kalinowski and Mark Riley.
But you know what?
I think he's there.
You know what? Snyder's done.
Lewis said that about Snyder like 5 times.
I want him to be done because he cost me my freaking fantasy league. One of them, I bet so much. Like I needed Andrego, so I took Snyder and I dropped him. I couldn't exchange him. No one. He was the spoiled potato. No one wanted in the grocery store. Snyder, again, if you're listening to this, I don't care.
Snyder, I'd love to have you on the show. Lou won't interview you. I will. I promise. Now, before we offend any other singles competitors,
honestly, I respect you, Snyder. But
there is a player out there right now who is catching a lot of heat, and that is the new Inner Geekdom champion.
Okay, there's heat and there's plus 40 Celsius tanning on a beach without a shirt or underwear heat, and no sunscreen. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
And that's the new Inner Geekdom champion, Chandru Dandapani. He's getting a lot of heat, not just from competitors, but from fans in the like. Christian's even getting in on it. Where do you come down on the Chandru heat that he's gotten since winning?
Obviously, I'm going to be the opposite of everyone else, apparently. I love it. I freaking love it. We had a conversation about this before, seeing if we're going to talk about it or not, and I'll resay my points. If people hate him right now, and if, people are talking about him, he's doing his job. What would people prefer more? Having a boring, no personality, I'm here to answer questions, I am trying to do my best, yay, type of person is winning? Yeah, exactly. Someone who's just like, I'm here, I'm good, okay. Or someone who puts a show on, like it or not, but the side, I never do the right way. The side taps and stuff. Yes, it gets to you. It cringes you, right? But that's what a good heel does. Competitors are going to be annoyed and everything, but we're talking about him. He's making the highlights right now. He's something interesting, something we've never seen, something that people just want to punch. And it's working for me because might as well have someone talk about him than just be that boring champion, or just the guy who dances all the time.
I agree with you, and I think I'm gonna walk it back in a second, Lou. So just take this for a moment. I agree with you. It's great to be putting on a great show for us, and this is what a heel should do. I come down on the side where high-fiving and saying, or I did the wrong side too, high-fiving through the screen and saying, this will be over quickly in the middle of a fifth round. I'm like, all right, there's being a heel and there's being a dick. But before you interrupt, I am fine with it. I don't respond to it, but I'm fine with it as a character. However, you gotta own it. That's what I need. I need Chandru to come out, and I need him. Even the other day when he was on backstage, he's like, "Oh, I don't know," and he's kind of wishy-washing. I want him to come out and be like, "Yeah, I'm doing that because I'm in your head. I'm gonna fucking destroy you," and I need him to own that.
No, you see, he doesn't, and I don't know if it's Winston telling him to continue denying it. But what gets more into your head? Someone you think who's in denial and be like, wake up, and you're annoying me, or someone says, yes, I'm a heel, I embrace it. Then people start liking that heel, right? Then you got those people, you're like, the Andrew guy is like, okay, he fully accepts his heel. Then you kind of have this rock thing about him. You start liking him. He's a bad guy, but with a certain a certain valor to him and etc. And you can maybe Chandru wants to be one of those villains that they think they're so right that they become villains right now. They don't see themselves as villains. They don't see themselves as those people who are doing bad or anything. They're just themselves and have a focus, but they're doing bad guy things. That's the greatest villains in my head. And maybe he's conscious of that, maybe he's not, but by denying it, he creates that illusion of that's a bad guy that you can really sink your teeth into because he doesn't realize he's a bad guy.
See, but I don't know, because I think that it comes off badly, I think. And it starts to, when you don't own it, it becomes hard to blur the line, the line between player and person becomes way more blurred. And I don't like disliking people personally. I'm fine with disliking characters and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. I need Chandru. If Chandru comes out and owns it, says, I'm a bad guy, I'm like, heel of the year. Give it to him. He is when the best heel work that we've ever seen is Mike Kalinowski with the lollipop coming out and just loving the scenery, or Andrew Guy leaning back, yelling at people, but he knew that he was the bad guy, and I think that was so interesting.
But that's what I'm saying.
So annoying is the problem.
But that's what I'm saying. The two people you named, Guy, Kalinowski, they're bad guys, but what do we like them, we love them, we cheer for them. These are bad guys, we cheer. We need bad guys who we go boo, you know, we like really despise. Blur the lines or not, okay? If we take out the competitor aspect and there may be lack of respect in that end, these should maybe have some conversations on their end to clear some things out. Because even Roka said at certain points things were, when he was being a villain for the first time and he created the villain, right? The heel. There's a lot of miscommunication. Chandru is creating a whole new type of villain, right? So they might have a talk, and maybe not just backstage, but at the same time, we need these people that no one cheers for, and it is really hated. And I find it's a genius move.
I think here's the thing. I think if he is going to be like that, I think, and I don't believe I'm saying this, I think he needs to be with a different manager, because I don't think that level fits with Winston.
Yes, it does. You know why?
Why?
The passion is so connected. You know, what really goes with Winston is quick-witted. Winston is, you don't mess with him. You don't mess with his players. Chandru is like that younger idiot brother who does not know when to shut up, but you still protect your younger idiot brother. And sorry, Chandru, if you look at it, you're not an idiot young brother, but that's how the relationship, I feel like he's put him in his wing. He's going to do dumb things. You're still going to defend him because your mom told you to, you know, and you're going to do it. And that's how I find. All right. So do you have anything else to add to that? Am I right? Am I right?
You're right and you're wrong, and I'm right and I'm wrong. We're all right. Nobody's right. But you know what is right, Lou? You know what is right? Subscribing to Schmoes of the North on YouTube.
That's absolutely right.
That's right.
And just looking at my eyes, I drank too much coffee. But yeah, man. Thank you very much, Dave, for popping in this episode. Look, just give a little update. There's a lot of matches, so expect this one-on-one conversations. You'll have a rotation of cast on this show. We're going to be really focusing everything on what's related to Schmoedown. We're not missing a beat right now. So thank you very much. Like they said, subscribe. And he just did a little motion thing to wrap up. So I'll shut up right now. Bye-bye.